Now, I'm not the one to bring up Steve Jobs rolling over in his grave whenever Apple does something I don't agree with, unlike many other Apple product users do, because I think it's a lazy and unproductive argument. But this is ridiculous! Are you guys sure the new MagSafe battery is only compatible with the iPhone Air? Then explain why I'm looking right at it. This $50 eyesore of a product is Apple's official clear case for the iPhone 17 Pro line. And this case highlights everything wrong with the iPhone 17 Pro's design, because some may argue that Apple didn't really have a choice in making it look this way. Let me explain. Sup, Rotten? Before we begin, I actually made a post about this, which sparked quite a bit of attention and quite a few opinions. So I decided to make a video about it. But let me be clear, pun intended, that I'm actually a big fan of the iPhone 17 Pro's design. This iPhone has a unibody aluminum shell with a section of the back made of glass to make wireless charging possible. This two-tone unibody aluminum glass hybrid design I find very sleek, bold, and frankly quite gorgeous. However, that unique unapologetic design seems to be at the root of the issue with cases in particular. You see, the back glass only occupies part of the phone rather than the entire back. But it looks good, so what? I'll tell you what. Because of this decision, Apple chose to center the Apple logo based on the back glass rather than the back of the phone itself. However, the MagSafe magnets didn't move along with it, probably to respect the wireless charging accessories users may already have. So because the MagSafe magnets are in one place and the Apple logo is in another, then you start to see some misalignment issues. That's right, the Apple logo is no longer centered within the MagSafe logo ring, which means that when wearing a MagSafe case, the back of your phone could look like this or this. Oof. Well, as we take this moment of silence, you might as well check if you're subscribed yet. Statistically, you're probably not. Might want to fix that. So yeah, the symmetry is all out of whack. How can Apple, a $3 trillion company, and that's not an M by the way, or even a B, that is a trillion-dollar company, allow for such an oversight? Outrageous! They have officially lost their touch. It's over. But wait, not quite. You see, when Apple designs their phones, they don't take phone cases into account, understandably so. Imagine if you saw iPhone ads with a case already on it. That would be insane. No, Apple designs the phone how they want, and then the cases come later. And because they don't keep stuff like that in mind, it would make sense that they would choose to place the Apple logo in the center of the back glass rather than the center of the phone. It just looks better that way. The problem is that it's sort of a lose-lose situation for Apple. If they centered it based on the phone, then it would look better on clear MagSafe cases, but look super uneven without one. Whereas centering the logo on the back glass looks way better on a caseless phone, but looks a little off when you have a clear MagSafe case on. In the end, they chose the clear cases looking a bit awkward over the phone itself. Okay, well, you want to be able to show off that phone you spent all that money on, and you don't want it to look a little awkward, so you decide to go caseless. The problem with that is, this generation's iPhone is made of aluminum, the softest metal ever used on a Pro iPhone, meaning that if you drop your phone, the dent will be shown on that thing. There has also been reports of the Pro phones being very prone to scratches, meaning that it would be very easy to spot on your very expensive phone. I mean, if you see scratches on the phone models in the Apple store, then there's almost no hope for yours. The material they chose guarantees that you probably should have a case, even though Apple designed this without a case in mind. See the dilemma? So what now? Well, there are third-party case companies that try to accommodate the Apple logo placement by adjusting the MagSafe logo itself. And before I bring up all of the problems with Apple's clear case, my honest opinion is that the ones where the line all points to the Apple logo looks best. Much like this case from this video's sponsor. For the record, I understand how this looks, and I did make a banger transition, but this video being sponsored by a case company was actually coincidence, I swear. This video is sponsored by ESR and their classic hybrid magnetic case for iPhone. Okay, look, this case has a sleek, transparent style, so you still get to flex the color of your phone, all while keeping it nice and protected. Not to mention, it comes in various colors of its own, so you have the option to pick whichever one appeals to your style the most. And yes, it's MagSafe compatible, so it clicks right into corners and accessories without fuss. This classic hybrid case comes with a unique zinc alloy camera guard over the full coverage bar that supplies dual layered protection over not just the camera, but the entire plateau itself, so you can rest easy knowing that your phone is safe from things like dents and scratches. Not only that, but ESR also added a built-in kickstand that you can relieve from its resting position and have it securely adjust the orientation of your phone so you can pop it open to prop it up in portrait or landscape mode. Perfect for watching videos, FaceTiming, or doom scrolling in bed without having to hold your phone like it's a dumbbell. Honestly, I like that it strikes a balance. You get to actually see your phone's design while still getting the protection and functionality. So if you want a case that keeps your phone looking clean, gives you MagSafe convenience, and doubles as a secure and reliable stand, check out the ESR Classic Hybrid Magnetic Case with the link in the description below. And huge thanks to ESR for sponsoring this video and keeping my phone standing, literally. So here are my many obvious issues with the case. For one, the blatant obnoxious white block plastered on the back, like you're new to graphic designing software and couldn't find the eraser for your mistake. And you are seeing this right. This is an orange iPhone 17 Pro with an Apple clear case complete with a white block. Why didn't they just get an orange one, you may be asking? Well, it's because there is no orange one, or a blue one for that matter. Only the white for some reason. I have no idea why, but didn't make any matching colors for the other two Pro models. Would it really have been too much to do? Playing favorites is crazy. There's at least gotta be a good reason for Apple adding this large rounded patch, right? Well, there is a reason, but not really a good reason. What it looks like is that they wanted to hide the alignment inconsistency on an official first-party product, so they decided to cover the entire back glass so you wouldn't notice the aesthetic issue. And then they just put the logo on top of it, so everything seems fine. But then, if you look at another first-party case they sell, like the fine woven one, the Apple logo is positioned in the middle of the phone rather than the middle of the back glass. So they are currently officially selling two different cases with the Apple logo in two different positions for the same phone. Yes, you're not dreaming. Yes, this is 2025. And yes, they are worth trillions of dollars. One of the replies to my post stated that an Apple employee told them that it's because they changed the magnet shape to be the entire white patch instead of just the circle. Now, if this interaction is real, then lying to a customer like that is nuts, because not only would that make zero sense to do, but the actual MagSafe magnet logo is still plastered on the case, but on the inside. Such a weird thing to lie about, but in a way, I sort of get it, because I'm sure they're getting that question pretty often at this point, and they have to sound like they know what they're talking about. I just find it really hard to believe that a product and design company thought that this was the best that they can do here. The only redeemable quality about this thing is that you could return it with no contest. Solution? How about you at least release different colorways to better match the iPhone 17 Pro colors that aren't the silver ones? Crazy, I know. You can do that, or just not release a clear case in the first place. That works too. Thankfully though, as a consumer, the options you have are basically endless. It's just a little annoying that the first party case is probably the worst one. And for those of you who don't like the magnet logo, how often are you looking at the back of your phone anyway? Especially when it's wirelessly charging. That's what I thought. But that's just my rotten opinion. What's yours? Let me know in the comments. And if you'd like to support the channel by buying a wallpaper, the link is down below, along with my Patreon, where you can get exclusive perks like getting access to videos early, getting your own Ryan avatar made, and more, along with my Ryan and Ryan Pro subscribers, Vasco, Francisco Beck, Carbon Ranger, Carl Williams, and Miss Game. Thank you all for the support as it keeps me dropping videos consistently, and thank you, viewer, for watching. If you want to see more of me, you know what to do. This is by far the most diabolical thing I've seen Apple pull in a very long time. Like, this is crazy. In the grand scheme of things, it's really not a big deal because we have so many options, but it's just like, why? They clearly need better direction. Let me in the board meetings. I got something to say.